Hey everybody, it's Ryan. Welcome back to How Farms Work. We are down at the valley today and we are going to be starting the first cutting down here at the valley. Now, this is much later than we would have preferred to come down here and make our first cutting off this, especially for how dense this material usually is during first cut, but we haven't had a chance. Everything that we've made at home has been in between rain showers. We don't have much dry feed made out of the alfalfa around the main farm. So we've been waiting for a dry stretch, and the forecast for the first time since summer started is actually looking pretty decent to get some of this material made dry down here at the valley. So this is mostly grass that we're going to be cutting. It looks like CRP. It's pretty much just a river bottom. There's two ridge tops that we're going to be cutting. The actual bottom is still a little bit wet, needs to dry out, so we're not going to be cutting that yet. But we do want to get a start on this, and for me personally, I'd rather cut different sections at a time and spread our risk out a little bit so that we don't go through, knock a bunch down, and then have it all get rained on, as we have had happen to us both in the past and last year, especially down here we had that. So I'm hoping that, looking at the forecast, we should be able to get all of this material made dry. It should dry relatively quick because it has been sitting for so long. A lot of the material down here is already dry, and hopefully by the weekend, which 4 or 5 days of clear weather is what they're calling for, we should be able to get that made. But it seems like it's becoming more of a recurring theme. It's like the sun isn't directly beaming down on us, and it's not very good dry hay drying weather. So we actually have down two of the farms at the main farm right now of second cutting, and we were expecting that to kind of be dry today, but the sun hasn't been hitting very directly, so the alfalfa is still pretty wet. So we're hoping that by letting that sit another day or two, we come down here, knock this stuff out, get it to start drying. Since it's grass, hopefully it should go faster, that we can get everything that needs to be cut. So we got about half of our second crop of alfalfa around the main farms down. The other half isn't quite ready. It's not flowering yet. So in the meantime, I'd like to think we could get all this stuff made. What do you say we fire up the mower and get started? We've got our Commander-in-Chief Rocket riding with us today, supervising. So we've got the flails running on high speed. That's because the majority of what's in there is grass. You want your flails to be running faster on grass because it'll help condition it and dry faster. On the left side of the mower over there, there's a handle. And what that does is you can adjust the conditioner up and down. So let's say we have a lot of material like today. We're gonna wanna open that conditioner up so that we can let more material pass through the mower, and it'll still do a good job at conditioning it. What'll happen is that if you have that restricted down and you have a lot of dense material and you're moving fast, it'll actually be pretty hard on the tractor because the mower will be pulling down and require quite a bit of horsepower. So I'd like to have it on that fine line where it's notched down, but you can't feel it bogging the tractor any. Seems like that's when it seems to dry the best. It does the best job at removing that waxy outer layer along the stems on the grass. On the right side of the mower, there's a handle that you can't see from here that you can put the actual flails into high or low, and low is meant for alfalfa, more gentle for the leaves because you don't want to knock all the leaves off because that's where your nutrients are. With grass, it's more stemmy, so it's not as important, and by pulling the conditioner down, it'll dry so much better. Rocket. What's that? Thought I was going to have to change these, but they still look pretty good. We just finished cutting the ridge up here. We'll have to come back at a later date and finish the bottom. When we were going across this piece, the front tires were actually kicking up a little bit of water. So once the bottom dries out, we'll come back and do that. But I got away with using the auto track, the auto steer quite a bit in the 79. I was doing straight tracks for the most part. It's kind of complicated involving a mower like this that's offset, and especially when you get hills, because how much it's offset does not stay the same when you're going back and forth. So when I was getting into the flat stuff, those long stretches, it was actually really nice to have. We will come back in our next video and start making the valley, as long as weather holds out. So anyway, thanks for watching this video, guys. Be sure to check out all of our other videos. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat, all how farms work. And with that, I'll see you next time. I literally just crapped my pants. You see that plane up there? He just buzzed me.